So this is a presentation that Brett Packer put together, but I wanted to share it with you guys because it's got a video, because the reason that you're in the North Idaho is for the winter harvest.
咁呢個咧就係阿 Brad 啦，頭先講阿 Tamara 個仔啦 prepare 嘅。咁點解會有呢一個嘅 presentation？就係因為有個 winter harvest 啦，就係我哋金堂嚟㗎啦。
So I only want to show you guys this one because of the next video, which is right here. Maybe.
哦。
Guys, this road is really, really icy. Been like this since early November. Ice from the rain, and then we fight mud. Then we fight snow melt and ice again. And snowpack. And it's some of the worst 5 miles of the whole 125, other than the last 6 miles over the farm. Needless to say, this kind of trucking cuts up nice and boy.
50 miles from the border of Canada in the dead of winter.
This is where you guys will be going tomorrow.
呢個就係聽日我哋會去嘅地方啦，就係高原農場啦。
Gary rescued hundreds of acres of balsam fir trees scheduled to be clear cut and burned.
You know, I could be laying on the beach, sipping an orange juice, but I'll tell you something. For me, there's not one fraction of the satisfaction of that as there is in bringing these oils to the distributors. That's why I do this, because that's where the rewards are.
So I share that video with you right now because you are here for winter harvest. So tomorrow when we're on the road, I want you guys to think about what Gary used to do to get the wood chips here. Because before the facility was built at Highland Flats, they would log up there and then bring the wood chips here for distillation.
咁呢度咧，其實咧，我哋即係阿 Cody 咧，想大家 imagine 下、幻想下，由高原農場砍伐咗嗰啲樹木，然之後咧就裝住落一啲貨櫃大嘅貨櫃車，然之後喺啲風雪底下裝咗嗰啲嘅wood chips，即係嗰啲木碎，然之後咧喺大風雪係由高原農場嗰度咧就走落嚟呢個聖 Mary's 嘅農場嗰度去做蒸餾，因為嗰陣時咧高原農場嗰度咧係未有蒸餾廠嘅，係淨係淨係呢度嘅啫。咁所以咧佢哋就要 was it 2 hours drive?
It's about 2.5 on a good day.
Okay.
But when the roads look like that video, it could take up to 5.
咁所以其實通常咧私家車啦一個好天嘅情況底下咧，係大概2個半鐘咧就到達㗎啦。但係你 imagine 喺風雪底下，同埋一個大嘅貨櫃車，你冇可能揸得咁快嘅時候咧，係有陣時係可以去到5個鐘嘅時候嘅。咁揸5個鐘頭車過嚟呢度咧去蒸餾嘅，係啦。
I'm going to share this presentation with you so that everything we talked about today, you kind of get a visual of what that looks like when we're busy down here farming in the summertime.
咁今日咧阿 Cody 咧就係做呢個 presentation， 想帶俾大家睇咧，就係嗰個佢哋做緊冬季嘅時候，佢係咁樣做啦，跟住夏天嘅時候咧就點樣做啦，係啦。
So this is a video that Gary and Mary put out. I'm going to go back to my computer. Gary and Mary put out in the early 90s before Young Living got so big, and they're just talking about the St. Mary's farm, but I want to share this with you.
呢個咧就係 Gary 同 Mary 咧喺1995年嘅時候咧係錄影嘅呢個。
When you come here in the summertime, you experience the beauty of the morning like we are now. It's so fresh and so quiet. I think St. Mary's represents the foundation of Young Living because here is where it really started. And be able to have
初頭。
wonderful home-cooked meals and sleep in tents out here on the lawn and get up early and run out into the fields and smell the fragrance of the oils of the plants. I would strongly recommend that everyone come and have the experience at least once so you can really see what it's like.
佢好鼓勵大家。
Welcome to the Young Living Lavender Farm here in the Benawa Valley in the magnificent Panhandle in northern Idaho near St. Mary's. We're here for our lavender harvest. Some of the activities and amenities that we have that you'll really enjoy here is we have a lodge that will seat
That's what our
100
guest
people.
lodge used to
We
look
have a
like.
great
So the
kitchen,
building we're standing in
men
used
and
to look
women's
like that.
bathrooms and showers.
以
We
前
have
係咁
cabins,
樣嘅一個個
RV
細屋。
hookups, and some of the activities we enjoy outside of actually working in the field. And this is a grand opportunity. We take the people and let them enjoy participating in the harvest and in the distillation down in the distillery. And that's really an exciting time to load the cookers and to close the lids and put the steam in and then watch the oil come boiling up in the separators. You know, there's classes at night and education about aromatherapy. We also have cooking classes with the oils and learning how to cook with organic foods. We do whitewater rafting in the famous St. Joe River and horseback riding, trail rides. There's just multiple things that you can do here at the farm, and evening barbecues and entertainment. Flying, that people can go up and fly and see the northern panhandle from the air in a small plane.
Well, my St. Mary's, Idaho experience has been unexpectedly unique and educational from the talks that Gary has given to us about the benefits of essential oils.
I'm from upstate New York, and I feel that everyone needs to come to the St. Mary's Farm in Idaho to work. If you truly want to appreciate what these oils do for mankind, what they do for you spiritually, emotionally, physically, working on the farm will give you the true value.
We extend a welcome from Mary and I to all of you to come and participate in the second largest aromatic farm in all of the North American continent.
Experience a wonderful new kind of family adventure.
Nope. So this is the crew that we had on site back in 2023. So that was a few years ago.
係啊，呢個幾年前咧就佢哋嘅農場嘅team 啦。
And then this is kind of where the St. Mary's Farm got its start. So the original purchase was 160 acres in 1992. And then the field that we were in today with the Doug Fir, that 40-acre field was bought later on to bring us up to 200 total.
原先咧喺1992年嘅時候咧係買咗160畝嘅，跟住後尾咧佢再買咗多40畝啦，就係今日我哋行咗上去嗰個 field 啦，係啦。
The land was perfect for Gary's vision because it was untouched by synthetic pesticides, fertilizers, and far away from cities or polluted areas. Most of the acreage that you see today that is farmable was still under native timber when Gary bought it.
咁呢個農場咧，其實Gary 買親嘅農場咧，佢都要經過嚴格嘅睇，即係 check 啦，先至去買個農場啦。咁呢個農場咧就係、正就係 Gary 佢嘅遠景啦，就因為咧佢係冇經過任何嘅人工嘅化學肥料啊，或者係一啲嘅除蟲劑啊嗰啲嘅嘢啦。咁佢買嘅時候咧，佢係根本係一個 native forest， 即係中文咧就係原始嘅森林啊，係啦。
So starting back over. So we're down here. Some of the first original botanicals on the farm were lavender seeds from France, or lavender. The seeds came from France, which we discussed this morning. Clary sage, peppermint, and yarrow were some of the very first crops that Gary planted.
咁最初咧，呢個農場咧，其實就係由薰衣草先啦。咁就係喺法國咧，Gary 咧就偷偷地擺咗啲薰衣草嘅種子咧喺佢個 boot 度啦，跟住就帶過嚟啦。然後就係快樂鼠尾草啦，peppermint 即係薄荷啦，同埋 yarrow 中文係咩啊？ 奇草啊，OK，係啦。咁呢個咧就係一路喺度種啦。
One of Mary's favorite stories to share when she comes up for Gold Retreat and does her speech to all the Gold members that qualified that year is about clary sage. She talks about how one night her and Gary pulled into the farm. They'd been in town super late, so it was dark. And in the clary sage field, when the headlights of the pickup truck hit it, all they could see were eyeballs because there were so many deer in the clary sage.
咁其中一個古仔咧，Mary Young 咧最中意講就係喺個Gold Retreat，即係金級嘅獎賞之旅啦。咁咧佢 share 個 story 咧就係佢有一晚咧好夜，佢同阿 Gary 咧就揸車去到呢個農場度，跟住一開大燈嘅時候咧，見到好多嘅眼球啊，望住佢哋啊，原來就係啲鹿啊。
She follows that up with the following year, the Fish and Game, or the Department of Natural Resource in the area, came up and wondered why there was so many twin bursts of white-tailed deer that year. And they kind of attribute that to the deer eating the clary sage.
咁個政府咧就過嚟咧就同Young Living 詢問，咦點解淨係呢一塊地嘅即係呢個周圍嘅鹿咧係特別多孖胎嘅咧？咁佢哋咧就覺得咧係因為咧嗰啲鹿咧係食咗呢度嘅快樂鼠尾草啦。
So where are we today? The current crops are St. Mary's lavender, St. Mary's Melissa. We used to have goldenrod. We no longer have a goldenrod crop. We replaced that with the mint patch that Ishmael was talking about. Blue spruce, concolor, Doug fir, other various conifer trees, and then a variety of cover crops.
好啦，咁而家時至今日咧，呢度嘅農場咧就係有種植 St. Mary's 嘅薰衣草啦 ，St. Mary's 嘅香蜂草啦，係啦，同埋以下嘅植物，例如咧 Goldenrod 咧以前都有嘅，但係而家已經冇啦，就 replace 咗咧 with mint。咁就今朝咧講過㗎啦，就係嗰個薄荷，以為係 peppermint 啦，點知原來係 spearmint 嗰個嘅薄荷類，綠薄荷啊嘛，係咪啊？係啦，咁仲有 blue spruce 啦，藍雲杉 concolor 唔知係咩喎，跟住Douglas fir 啦，同埋其他嘅針葉嘅樹木，咁同埋有其他嘅 cover crops 嘅，係啦。
And then if you look in this picture right there, that's what the goldenrod looked like when it was in bloom.
哦，就係最上面嗰尖尖，好似一個三角形咁樣啦，就係原本咧就係 goldenrod 嘅地方，而家就擺咗 mint 嘅。
Seed to sill. Everybody knows what seed to sill is in this room because you're all very familiar with that.
大家都總知道蜜蜂係咩啦。
So there's the seeds.
呢啲就係個種子啦。
This is what the babies look like when we start the seeds in the greenhouse after they're germinated and come up about a half inch to an inch.
呢啲咧就係個 BB， 咁係當嗰啲種子咧種起開始發芽嘅時候咧就係咁啦，就大概咧係半寸左右嘅。
Here's Ishmael explaining how we transplant from what you just seen to the 6-packs. We are up in our newest greenhouse at St. Mary's with our field supervisor, field manager, Ishmael. Izzy, why don't you tell us about the start of the seed to sill process that you're working on here?
We're doing some new lavender plants and we are already, as you can see behind me, transplanting them. The ones that are ready here, they need to be 2 months old to be able to be transplanted. We just punched a hole on the 6-packs. The roots are nicely developed. It might look like I'm being rough because I'm going a little fast, but it's easy for me to handle them with care without damaging them.
So would you say that there's a lot of love that goes into every plant?
Yes, definitely. Each plant gets their portion of love.
咁呢度咧，其實就係 Ishmael 咧係去解釋佢點樣去將嗰啲 BB 嘅植物咧搬落去個 6-pack， 就係 six pack 唔係我哋個 six pack 嚇，係嗰個種植嗰個盤啊。咁咧佢嗰啲咧就係2個月大嘅 BB， 咁咧就每個窿咧就篤個窿，咁唔係每個窿篤個窿喎，每個兜啦，係啊，篤個窿，跟住佢就擺落去咯，係啦。
So from that phase, they either go into gallon pots, which Ishmael showed you today, or they go out in the field.
咁當佢嗰個兜咧再生長嘅時候咧，就再搬落去大啲嘅盆栽嗰度啦。
There's about 10,000 plants per acre, a plant every 12 inches in the row, and then our row spacing is about 5 foot to 5.5 foot.
咁每一畝咧係有成1萬個嘅植物啦，咁同埋咧每一個植物咧每一行咧就係有12寸隔住啦，跟住每一行咧，等陣先，每一行嗰啲植物咧係12寸隔住嘅，然後每一行咧係大概5尺，即係我咁高咯。
And then here's a video of our planting machine.
呢個就係佢哋嘅 planting machine， 愛嚟種嗰啲嘅植物啦。係啊，好快手嘅要。係啊，佢哋研究緊唔同嘅方法，但係呢個暫時咧都係最好。以前咧係要踎喺度咁樣，但係而家咧就佢咁可以坐喺度好多噶啦，係啊，所以佢哋做 planting 嘅時候咧個腰骨係好辛苦嘅，但係而家呢個算係好舒服好多噶啦，係。
So crop maintenance of how we take care of our plants before harvest. No synthetics are used in fertilizer or pest control. All the weeding is done by hand with the exception of the new machine you guys seen today. Irrigation ponds. All of our irrigation ponds are snowmelt or rainfall. There is no well water or city water. Our 2 main fertilizers are fish emulsion and chicken manure. And then we rely very, very heavily on Mother Nature and regenerative agriculture.
咁我哋Young Living 嗰啲嘅植物咧，係完全冇加任何嘅人工嘅肥田料啊，或者除蟲劑啊、除草劑啊嗰啲咁樣嘅。咁另外咧，所有嘅除草咧係用人手啦，除非係頭先睇過嘅新買嘅車嗰個除草個車啦。咁然後有4個水池嘅，原來我以為係3個添。咁全部咧就係一係咧就係雪落嚟啦，或者係雨落嚟嘅。咁所以咧佢哋冇地下水喎原來。咁然後咧就用魚嘅肥田料啦，或者係用雞嘅 poo 嘅肥田料啦，或者另外咧佢哋亦都係好依賴大地母親嘅即係點講啊？即係大自然嘅影響力啦，同埋頭先講嘅 regenerative agriculture， 即係再生農業啦，係啦。
And that brings us to the harvest. So this is the tractor that you guys seen today, the old lavender harvester.
呢個就係個收割嘅狀況啦。
This is the field up by the labyrinth that we were standing in this morning. And this picture is also over here on the wall. That's the first phase of how Gary harvested the Melissa after he learned that it couldn't touch the soil.
呢個咧就係啱啱我哋今朝咧行嗰個迷宮嘅隔離旁邊，我哋望出去嗰個field 嘅。咁咧最初咧就係最初嘅Melissa 嘅收割就係咁樣啦。咁呢個係正係啱啱咧Gary 發現咧 Melissa 呢個香蜂草咧係唔能夠掂個地下嘅時候嘅。
Oh, it's all right there.
咁佢係啦，咁佢就就發現咧，原來咧佢要擺一個tarp，即係一塊 帆布咁樣嘅嘢啦，喺個車後面，佢一路收割嘅時候，一路咧將嗰啲香蜂草咧擺落去個帆布啦，就唔可以掂落去個地，因為佢係公主嚟噶嘛，咁佢哋咧就要公主式嘅對待啦。因為原來發覺咧，佢一掂地咧，即係 Melissa 一掂地咧，就會即刻少好多嘅精油咯，係啊，同埋黑面。Okay.
Very fragile. Melissa is a female plant. She likes to be handled very delicately. She loves to be talked to. She loves to be caressed. She loves to be touched. And she loves to be made known that she is in charge of the situation. And so Melissa, I treat Melissa like my sweetheart with a great deal of care and thought. Because the more gentle you are with Melissa, the more affection that you show Melissa, the prouder she is in the morning when she blooms, the happier she is when she gets to come and produce oil for us. But I have done this with my workers to prove a point. I can go out in the field and I can take Melissa and I can take the bricks of Melissa, and it'll be at 7 or 8 in the morning, and I can stand there and I say, I'm just so darn tired of you not doing what you need to do. The bricks should be hard. What is wrong with you this morning? How come you didn't get out of bed earlier? Take the bricks and it's at 3. Just from that negative tone, the bricks will drop into Melissa. That's how sensitive it is. I can stand there and I can tell her how beautiful she is, and I love her makeup that she put on this morning just for me, and how proud of her I am, and the bricks will go up to 10. So it's just a lesson for all you guys. You sweet talk your sweetheart, the sugar goes up.
So how long does it take to do a whole batch?
OK， 咁頭先我哋聽到咧就係 Gary Young 講share 分享 Melissa 香蜂草咧嘅特性啦。咁其實咧佢就話即係好似一個女性啦，我哋就叫佢一個公主啦。咁其實咧佢就試過咧係有好多唔同嘅實驗啦。佢試過咧一朝早咧就對住個香蜂草個田，快啲俾多啲精油我咁樣。咁咧佢去 check 嗰個嘅糖分啦，咁啊即刻好低啦。咁跟住咧下午3點咧，佢就又翻去個 field， 哇！跟住喺度讚啊，哇！你真係好靚，我好愛你啊咁樣。跟住咧佢再 check 咧，哇！嗰個糖分咧即刻飆高。咁所以咧佢發現咧，其實咧同男人對老婆一樣，即係要讚多啲嘅，咁佢先越嚟越靚，越嚟越好，越嚟越正，係啦。
So the second phase of Melissa Harvest to save on labor and time, Gary designed this. He took a swather and then put a conveyor belt on the side of it and then shot it into the harvest truck that way.
咁咧之後咧，佢就this is lavender.
That's Melissa.
Melissa，OK。咁咧佢就係用呢一個嘅機械啦，呢個係第二個 phase 啦 ，second phase right？
Second phase。
咁咧跟住咧就將佢收割嘅時候咧，同時你見到咧打斜咧就係有一個嘅輸送帶啦，就即刻咧送落去嗰個嘅truck， 即係個貨櫃車嗰度去收集嗰啲嘅香蜂草啦。
When the Melissa gets this big, you can see here I have it, it's like cooked spaghetti. All it wants to do is ball up, and then it just sits there and rolls. So on this design, when it would go down the middle of the machine, and then have to make that 90-degree turn to go up, it would actually clog.
咁呢個咧其實咧係呢個方法咧其實係好過咧擺個帆布咧喺後面跟住 catch 啦，因為快啲啦。但係同時間咧亦都會咧製造一啲嘅麻煩，因為咧佢當佢嗰個嘢收割轉緊嘅時候咧，然後再上去嗰個輸送帶再落嘅時候咧，其實咧係好容易喺中間咧係塞住咗啊，咁所以好麻煩啊，所以呢個咧亦都唔係最好嘅方法。
So to resolve that issue, we have the equipment that we looked at today. This is the third phase of the Melissa Harvest.
所以咧就係因為咁樣咧，就揾到一個第3個 phase 嘅方法咧，就係呢一個最新嘅方法啦。
We can see a video of this working.
咁咧一路收割嘅時候咧， 佢一路轉咧，係啦，咁然之後咧就褪嗰啲植物 Melissa 嘅植物落去個機嗰度，咁就冇咁容易塞住咗啦。
And then here it is going into the harvest truck.
然後就經過輸送帶咧，就去到個貨櫃車嗰度啦。
And now we have our green tractor, or it's the manufacturer name is the Benino.
咁呢一個嘅最新第4代嘅方法咧，就係佢哋買咗一個機械咧，叫做 Benino， 咁係個機械個名，嗰、個出廠個名嚟嘅，咁啊再更加快捷啦，再好啲啦。
And then from that phase, we move into the distillation, which we're learning about actively right now.
咁而家咧就講緊蒸餾嘅階段啦。
So this was the first phase of the building that you guys were in today.
哇！呢個係最初我哋嗰個嘅蒸餾廠啦。咁樣咧1993年最初嘅時候啦。
A simple boiler, one cooker, one separator.
咁下面咧就係一個煲水嘅器啦，跟住咧就走到上去咧就係得一個嘅嗰陣時。Was it the one at the Labyrinth?
No.
Oh no.
No.
OK. 咁呢個咧就係一個cooker 喺上面啦。咁跟住就個 separator 咁樣啦。
So this is material on the concrete in front of the distillery. The reason that we do this is if the bricks isn't high enough in the field, we can lay it out in the sun and let it stress, and the bricks will increase on the concrete.
哦，咁因為咧，其實好多時咧，佢哋會check 下個糖分啦，糖分到咁上下咧，佢就收割。咁有陣時咧，收割嘅時候咧，嗰個糖分未如理想嘅時候咧，佢就會鋪喺出邊嗰個石屎地度啦，然後等個太陽再曬下佢啦。當個太陽曬下佢嘅時候咧，嗰個糖分咧就會上升咯，因為佢要個植物要保護自己，唔好咁快死亡嘅時候咧，佢原來咧就喺呢個時候咧就製造更加多嘅精油分子啦。
So from the deck, we then go into the cook kettle, and then that's just a look inside the distillery.
係啦，呢個就係薰衣草喺嗰個鍋爐煮爐嗰度啦。
This is the machine you guys seen today that produces our steam. This is what that room used to look like.
咁今日咧，我哋喺右邊見到右邊咁樣嘅圖啦，但係當未改呢一個嘅直接轉換蒸汽嗰個機嘅時候咧，嗰個煲水嗰個器咧係左邊咁樣樣㗎，係啦，咁就轉咗嚟呢個新款，即刻有蒸汽嘅製造器啦。
This is a video of Passover in our full-size separators.
呢個就係 Passover 喺我哋嗰個嘅蒸餾廠啦。
You'll see the water get super cloudy, and then you'll start seeing oil bubbles.
你見到嗰啲水咧係慢慢咧變得好濁啊，咁然後咧好多嘅大嘅氣泡啦，咁跟住咧其實咧就係帶動緊啲油咧上升緊啦。咁呢個就係 Passover 嘅時候啦，係啦。
The bubbles that are moving fast are air. The bubbles that are moving slower are essential oil.
嗰啲氣泡喐得快嗰啲咧就係氣體嚟嘅，但係咧喐得慢啲嗰啲咧就係油啦，就係精油啦。
And then here, the water clears up, and you can see the essential oil going right up.
咁你見到啦，啲水分咧開始咧係即係冇咁濁啦，開始清啦。咁你見到咧，其實咧黃色呢啲咧飄緊上嚟嗰啲咧就係精油啦。
Then this is essential oil in the separator before it's pulled out. This is essential oil after it's filtered.
咁呢個咧就係頭先嗰個分隔器啦，係個大型嗰個分隔器。中間咧其實咧你睇唔到咧，就係個分爐啦。咁佢將嗰啲嘅上層嘅精油咧，將佢擺落去個不鏽鋼嘅容器嘅時候咧，然後佢就擺喺個 decanter 上面，跟住咧就整啲油出嚟嘅時候咧，就倒落去呢一個右邊呢一個位置，就係再去攞嗰啲精油嘅。
Distillery facts, Josh has already told you that our cookers are 7,600 liters. Our average cook of Melissa is 0.6 kilos versus our average cook of lavender at 12 kilos.
So 7,600 liters of material
Yep.
to 0.6 kg。
Yep.
Oh wow！ 咁 OK 嗱，頭先都有講啦，其實香蜂草點解咁貴咧？就係因為咧佢7600噸唔係嘅7.6噸啊。OK 7.6噸嘅植物嘅香蜂草先至蒸餾到0.6公斤嘅精油。但係咧，相比下點解薰衣草係平咁多咧？就係因為係7.6噸嘅薰衣草咧，係可以蒸餾到12公斤嘅精油咯。咁所以香蜂草係咁貴就係咁解啦。
And then this here is talking about our record cook of Melissa at 1.2 kilos, which equals out to about 216 5ml bottles.
咁啊，最勁嘅即係蒸餾咧，蒸餾香蜂草咧，就係有一年咧喺7月嘅2022年，就係1.2公斤嘅精油喎。咁係大概一公升啦。咁係差唔多216支嘅5ml嘅樽咯。咁另外咧就係嗰個睇下先，嗰年咧係大概喺33轉嘅蒸餾嘅時候咧，係得到22公斤嘅香蜂草，咁即係代表有差唔多成4000支5ml嘅樽。咁嗰一年咧係好特別嘅。Why was that year so special?
That was one day. That was one cook out of the whole year. That year we had 33 cooks total. When Gary talks about the Melissa being like a high-class female, our numbers increased every day that we were harvesting, and then we took Sunday off, and when we came back Monday, we almost couldn't produce any oil.
Okay. So when was the highest yield?
2022.
Yeah, but for the third day or
It
which day?
was the, let's see, either the 4th or 5th day.
Okay. So and then when did you take
And
the day
I lied
off?
to you. It wasn't in 2022. That was in 2018.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I made the slideshow in 2022.
Oh, okay. 咁呢個其實係2018年嘅。咁佢頭先我就問佢係咩情況下啦？就係頭嗰first 3 days。
Yep. So the first 3 days, we started at 0.4, and then it just kept increasing until Saturday. We finally got 1.2.
Okay. 咁星期Thursday, right? Sorry.
Started on probably a Tuesday, I would guess.
星期二開始，咁跟住咧就一路咧由0.4公斤嘅精油即係提煉蒸餾出嚟啦。跟住慢慢咧一路 harvest 一路收割嘅時候咧，最高咧係去到星期六嗰陣時係去到1.2公斤嘅精油啦。咁跟住咧佢哋星期日咧就放假放咗一日咧，跟住星期一翻嚟 distill 蒸餾係 end up Monday was how much?
0.4 was the highest we could get.
0.4 on Monday.
On
went
Monday
down,
when we came back,
right?
it went all the way down to 0.4
跟住
again.
由1.2去到0.4嘅公斤嘅油啦。咁所以咧，即係證明咧 Melissa 嘅精油咧係好，即係一定要好需要我哋人類嘅即係呵護同埋 attention 咯，係啦。
And then Josh showed you guys our small batch distillation unit in the distillery today. The reason that we have those is so we can do test cooks before we harvest. And then in this picture, we were doing test cooks on lavender to see if there's a correlation between the seeds that we get versus the oil that the plants produce. Does that make sense?
What do you mean by the correlation between?
So are the genetics passed through the seed of these plants will produce this kind of oil? So does it always do that year after year after year? Or does it change based on the year? It was research and development.
OK， 咁佢點解會需要有個微型嘅蒸餾咧？其實就係因為咧，佢哋一路咧，除咗去蒸餾啲油去賣之外咧，其實佢哋做好多嘅即係科研啊，去研究究竟咧嗰啲嘅薰衣草嘅 種子咧同佢當個每一年嘅天氣有冇關事，定係每一個種子每一年都係咁樣嘅蒸餾嘅結果咁樣咯。
Probably the better way to say that would be, are the compounds in the essential oil passed through the seed, or is it based on what's going on in our soil and the conditions, the climate?
哦，所以咧佢哋就想知道咧嗰啲嘅蒸餾咗出嚟咧係關唔關嗰啲種子事啊，定係關乎個天氣啊各種嘅原因嘅事咯。
So then after that, it goes to the science. So on this farm, we do water and soil testing. We test our irrigation water, and then we also test all of the runoff water that we get in our parking lots to make sure that we're not contaminating the environment.
咁咧去到科研啦，咁咧喺呢個農場嗰度咧，佢哋咧就做水同埋嗰個泥土嘅測試啦。咁喺個啲水入嚟嗰啲灌溉嗰啲嘅水啦，佢會 check 啦，然後咧排出去嘅水咧，佢都會 check 嘅，就確保咧我哋冇即係去污染其他嘢啦。
This is right. Here's how we do a Brix test. So that is going to press out the essential oil and the water out of the plant material, and then it falls on the refractometer, and then we can test the Brix that way.
咁頭先我哋講嗰個糖分個測試咧，就係 check 嗰個 Brix level 啦 ，BRIX。咁咧其實咧呢嚿嘢咧綠色上面呢嚿嘢咧，就係將咧嗰啲嘅植物咧係擺落去啦，然之後咧佢轉一路其實咧喺度壓扁佢嘅，跟住壓扁咧就會揸到啲少少嘅汁液出嚟啦，咁嘅液體，跟住咧就會流落去下面呢一支嘅 Brix 嘅測試嘅器咯，嘅儀器咯，咁跟住咧佢就會睇到嗰個糖分有幾高啦，係啦。
And then the final step is the testing in the GC. We send it down to the distribution center in Utah, and they run it through 23 tests before it gets bottled.
好啦，咁跟住咧蒸餾完嗰啲嘅精油咧，就會去到呢一個嘅測試啦。咁所有呢個咧就係頭先睇到嘅 GCMS 嘅儀器啦。咁除咗 GCMS 嘅測試之外咧，其實每一個嘅 batch 嘅精油咧都係 go through 23個嘅唔同嘅測試，包括重金屬啊，或者係各樣嘅測試嘅。
And then there's our two finished goods.
係啦，咁呢兩個咧就淨係聖 Mary's 先至有嘅獨有嘅產品啦，就係聖 Mary's 嘅香蜂草啦嘅精油啦，同埋聖 Mary's 嘅薰衣草嘅精油啦。
And then this talks about regenerative agriculture and conservation. And I'll probably go through this one pretty quick, just so you know. That it just is an explanation of regenerative agriculture, but if you don't want to translate it, you don't have to.
Okay.
Those are just some images. So this is commercial agriculture. So it competes with nature, it disturbs the soil. There's only one kind of crop, whereas regenerative agriculture, we want to partner with nature, protect the soil, have diversity, and it's more holistic.
咁今朝咧，其實講緊嗰個再生嘅我成日都唔記得咗再生農業啊，耕種係再生耕種。咁係咩咧？就係其實咧，總之係跟住扮天然嘅，即係大自然嘅方法咯。咁但係 versus 傳統嘅耕種咧，佢係同個大自然競爭啦，去搶嘢啦，跟住咧令到個泥土咧係即係亂晒啦，跟住然之後咧佢係淨係種一樣嘅農作物啦，然後又會即係減去咗好多嘢咯。咁但係相比下咧再生耕種再生耕種咧，始終係記唔到再生耕種咧就係會即係將佢盡量咧係扮到好似係大自然咁樣咯，但係都係有人手推動嘅，但係就冇擺任何人工嘅嘢放喺度咯。咁呢個好重要嘅就係證明點解 Young Living 嘅精油咧係咁安全咁俾我哋可以每一日使用，同埋可以好高劑量或者係好頻密地使用都咁安全咯。
So here you guys can see the erosion that I was explaining this morning of how the water just would run and eat the topsoil away.
呢個咧就係頭先今朝咧講嗰個嘅即係啲水啦，或者係啲雨水啊、啲雪水啊，係一路流出嚟咧，就令到咧嗰個 top soil 就係嗰啲有啲部分頭上面嘅泥土咧係會整走晒啦、蝕咗啦，咁啊佢就會慢慢流咗落去嗰個嘅水池嗰度，咁就蝕咗啦。咁所以點解咧就要種嗰啲嘅 cover crops 咯
？Yep. So this is where we dive into cover crops. So right here are baby lavenders that we grain drilled the cover crop before we planted the lavender, which we found out was actually a mistake, but we learned from our mistakes.
Huh? What did you say?
We grain drilled the whole field with cover crop. We didn't have the little grain drill that I pointed out today. We had a big one. So we put cover crop through the entire field before we planted the baby lavender in it.
Oh, without leaving the row.
Without leaving a row.
哦 ，OK。最初咧，佢哋即係其實都係一路測試試下睇下點啦。佢哋初咧，佢就種啲 cover crop 咧係佈滿晒成個田啊，係直情遮蓋晒佢原本嗰啲嘅薰衣草嘅農作物啦。咁但係咧，佢發現咧係唔得嘅，佢遮住咗嗰啲薰衣草成長。咁之後咧，佢哋就先至有一個新嘅機械咧，係淨係喺啲薰衣草或者香蜂草嗰啲田嘅中間去種植嗰啲嘅 cover crop 咯。
So these are the same plants after we terminated the cover crop or mowed it later that year in the fall.
So those are the lavender.
Yep, these are the babies here in this picture here.
So what do you mean by terminate?
Terminated the cover crop. We got rid of the cover crop so that the lavender could start establishing itself.
Oh, okay.
We mowed it is all we did. We just mowed it down.
Okay. 咁就係因為咧佢直情冚住晒嗰啲薰衣草咧，咁就變咗咧佢哋即係搞唔掂啦。咁所以咧佢哋整走咗嗰啲 cover crop， 跟住咧就啲薰衣草咧就開始種翻出嚟啦。
And then here you can see, let me make sure that's, so this is the field that you guys were in today. That's what it looks like when it's all green. And then here you can see our new little grain drill going between the rows and planting baby cover crop after we harvested.
咁咧佢哋後尾咧就發現咧佢即係再有買咗部機係專門係種嗰啲 cover crop， 咁就慢慢咧佢即係收割晒啲即係薰衣草嘅時候咧，佢就喺個中間個田嗰度咧就種嗰啲 cover crops 啦。
As most of you probably know, or maybe you don't know, the Mount Nebo farm, or Mona as it used to be called, they have sheep on their farm. We use elk. Those are all elk in the field below the labyrinth.
係啦，咁咧如果大家唔知道啦，喺猶他州嘅 Mona 啦，嗰個 Mount Nebo 嘅農場啦，咁咧佢哋就有呢一啲嘅羊啦，係去幫手咧食嗰啲嘅雜草係啦。咁因為咧佢哋係好唔中意食嗰啲嘅薰衣草咧，咁所以佢哋係唔會食個薰衣草，佢淨係食薰衣草隔離嗰啲雜草，咁就正正咧就係Young Living 想佢哋做嘅嘢啦，咁係啦，所以好聰明，亦都係非常之天然嘅，因為佢食完嘅時候會點啊？佢會喺嗰度屙啲poo 啊嘛，咁跟住又好天然咁樣俾啲即係肥田料落去啦。咁而喺can you go back？
Yep。
咁而喺 St. Mary's 嘅農場咧，就 instead of 個羊咧。佢哋咧就有一啲嘅天然嘅 elk， 就係麋鹿啦。咁咧就呢度有差唔多100隻麋鹿咧去幫手食啲嘅嗰啲嘅野雜草係啦，唔係野，都係野菜，係啊，好天啊
The reason, oh sorry, go ahead.
No, you can.
The reason that we don't use domestic livestock like sheep is because of our predators in North Idaho.
因為咧喺呢度咧，其實佢唔去養即係羊咧，就係因為咧有其他嘅嘢咧，即係其他係會食佢啦，所以佢唔養，咁就有得天然嘅即係麋鹿咧嚟食佢啦，咁都做到同樣嘅效果。
And then we also use deer, and the farm is actually a safe haven for the animals in the late summer, early fall. Everywhere else is dry, but the farm's irrigated, so the grass is still green, so they have something to eat. They can get a drink out of our irrigation ponds.
咁咧，另外咧就係鹿啦。咁呢啲鹿咧，其實咧係對佢哋咧，亦都係非常之好嘅，因為咧其實冇繳水嘅系統咧，其實周圍其他嘅地方咧都係好dry 好乾啊，係同埋冇水飲啊。咁但係咧呢度咧有水啦，咁所以咧又有啲雜草俾佢哋食啦。咁所以咧佢哋又有糧食啦，又有水飲啦。所以咧呢度咧係嗰啲鹿嘅聖地嚟嘅，佢哋好中意喺呢度。
Our irrigation ponds are home to migratory birds, amphibians, and reptiles.
亦都係啦，我哋嗰啲嘅水池咧，就係好多嘅唔同嘅生物咧，係喺度即係棲生嘅。
And then we have our monarch way station for the native pollinators and the monarch butterflies.
咁呢個咧monarch butterflies 咧，其實咧就係一啲瀕臨絕種嘅蝴蝶啦。咁其實咧佢St. Mary's 咧，亦都係其中一個站咧，因為呢啲 monarch butterflies 咧係去會一路由一個地方咧去移民飛到去好遠嘅地方。咁而唔同嘅所謂嘅 way station 咧，就係俾佢哋咧暫時去休息嘅中途站係啦。咁所以咧其實Young Living 咧係擺咗好多嘅 effort 咧，係去保育呢一嘅品種嘅蝴蝶嘅。咁其實咧蝴蝶同埋蜜蜂咧對農作物嚟講咧都非常之重要，因為咧佢係好天然嘅播種嘅專員啊，幫嗰啲嘅農作物。咁所以咧佢哋都係好致力咧係去protect 呢個嘅 monarch butterfly 嘅，同埋 these are bees, right?
Yeah, because our monarch way stations they have native pollinator plants in them, so it attracts the native pollinators to the area, such as bees and other butterflies that are here.
係啦，咁所以咧亦都係一個好嘅棲身地俾蜜蜂同埋呢度當地嘅蝴蝶，唔係淨係 monarch butterfly 嘅啫。
And then the other good thing about our farms, not just St. Mary's, but all of them, we provide events like what you guys are here doing today, so we can share the Seed to Seal experience with you.
係啦，所以咧，其實除咗呢個農場同埋高原農場之外咧，其實仲有好多嘅農場啦，包括我6月會參加嘅法國嘅普羅旺斯嘅農場啦，厄瓜多爾嘅農場啦，仲有加拿大嘅北極光農場啦，等等咧，都有好多唔同嘅農場嘅包括收割啊，或者係種植啊，或者唔同嘅參觀嘅活動可以參加嘅，好似咁樣，我哋而家咁樣自費去參加去體驗咩係種子動物蜂，係啦。
And then these are just some before and after pictures. I'm not sure when all of the before pictures were taken, but I've taken most all of the after ones. So that's what the farm used to look like, and then this is the trees grown up, and that's what the farm looks like there.
哇！呢個咧左邊咧就係最初嘅時候啦，右邊咧你見到咧已經好多嘅樹種咗啦，同埋啲農作物啊等等。
And then this is one of the cookers that's up in the labyrinth, one of the old cookers. But this is the west side of the distillery versus the east side. Back when Gary first built it, all the cookers were on the other side than they are now.
OK， 咁咧呢右邊咧就係舊嘅蒸餾廠啦。咁最上面紅色嗰個咧就係今日我哋咧喺嗰個迷宮嗰度旁邊嗰個嘅其中一個好最初期嘅 cooker 啦。咁啊左邊呢個咧就係新落成嘅 cooker， 但係咧係喺另外一邊嘅，即係舊嗰陣時咧係喺另外一邊咯，係啦。But why was that change?
Because they upsized the size of the cooker. So instead of taking them all out and then transferring them, they kept the small ones. upsized to the bigger ones, and then as time progressed, we just removed the smaller ones because we didn't use them anymore.
哦，OK，冇乜特別原因擺另外一邊嘅，只不過因為佢將佢 upgrade 嘅時候咧，佢將佢慢慢去即係同時間有舊細嘅同埋大嘅，跟住慢慢去即係轉嘅，係啦。
Oftentimes, what Gary would do is he would remove one of these smaller ones and take them to one of the new locations. So one of these cookers actually went to Northern Lights for a little while.
哦，咁佢哋upgrade 個蒸餾廠嘅時候咧，通常佢將啲舊嘅咧就擺喺啲新嘅農場或者新嘅蒸餾廠。咁例如咧，其中頭先嗰個嘅舊嘅細啲嘅cooker 咧，其實係曾經係送往咗去加拿大嘅北極光農場嗰個嘅蒸餾廠嗰度嘅。
So again, the cooker's on the west side, and then this is an old picture of the cookers on the east side, and because obviously we've changed all that now, as you guys seen today.
咁the left one is the old one, right?
Yes.
係啦，咁左邊咧就係原本舊嗰啲啦，右邊就係而家今日睇過嘅。
And then these are about the same two spots in the farm. This is Gary plowing this field originally. This is Ishmael ring rolling this field, getting it prepped for plants.
咁呢邊左邊咧就係舊嗰個嘅 field 啦，右邊就係新嘅 field 咯。
That's it. This is what the farm should look like right now.
係啊，其實咧，我上年呢個時間嚟嘅時候咧，係佈滿雪，好似咁樣噶。咁咧，但係今年咧真係暖得好緊要，係冇雪啊，見唔到雪啊。係啊，咁即係我都唔知係好定唔好啦。咁即係都係一個唔同嘅經歷啦。咁所以體驗啦。咁所以咧，其實咧，我都好鼓勵大家咧，有機會咧，都係再嚟又體驗下另外一番嘅景象。
That's it. Do you guys have any questions?
有冇咩問題啊？Okay, so the question was because we were using the fish emulsion and chicken manure, how do we ensure that the fish or the chicken are organically grown and without like antibiotics or hormones, you know?
They're certified. They're certified organic. So we only buy certified organic, and I don't like to use the word treated, but they're treated to ensure that there's nothing in them.
咁佢哋買嘅時候係一定係有機嘅，同埋係確保咧佢係安全使用，唔係冇其他嘅雜質喺裏面咯。
And the timing in which we put them in the fields is never around harvest time.
Oh, okay. So when would that be?
Early in the spring and late in the fall. So the harvest is in the middle of the summer. So they go on early in the spring as soon as we get in the fields, and it's one of the last things we do before it snows.
And why is that?
Because then it has a chance to actually get in the soil, and it's not on the plants themselves. The plants are uptaking what the soil is providing.
Oh, OK。咁而嗰啲嘅肥田料咧，係喺春天啦，同埋秋天嘅時候咧，係放嘅嗰啲肥田料，而中間喺夏天嘅時候咧，就係收割嘅時候。咁所以個原因咧，就係佢確保咧嗰啲肥田料咧係真係入晒落去個泥土度，而唔係喺個農作物嗰度咯。
Anything else?
Yeah.
What is the difference between the biodynamic culture and the regenerative culture?
Wow.
What was that one?
What is the difference 係咪啊？Between the biodynamic culture and okay.
So I believe that biodynamic, because you're still trying to achieve biodiversity, which I would assume is still biodynamic, correct? Okay, so with regenerative agriculture, it's an encompass of everything, all of those buzzwords. It's the regenerative agriculture is everything put together. Am I understanding that correctly?
Biodynamic.
Don't know that I'm very familiar with biodynamics, to be honest with you.
Okay. 我 get 唔到，你 get 唔 get 到啊？
Hang on. So I had to Google it
係
just
啦，
to
因
make
為
sure I
佢都
was
唔係好熟呢個
make sure I was speaking
biodynamic。
correctly. So biodynamic and regenerative are almost the exact same thing because they're better than organic because you're doing it holistically and you're doing it the way that Mother Nature intended it.
So it's almost the same。
Almost the same
所以
thing.
係差唔多嘅，係啊。
Probably just another phrase, another way of calling it that. So rather than using the terminology of regenerative agriculture, you're using the terminology of
biodynamic agriculture.
Yep.
Because she's hearing a lot of this buzzword
Yep.
biodynamic
Yep.
agriculture. 所以其實係一樣嘅。
Regenerative agriculture it's not new, but it's newer to the mainstream, if you will. Like it's just becoming a big thing, especially here in the US.
喺美國越嚟越勁啦，呢個再生耕種嘅方法係啦。哦，OK。
Okay.